Greetings. Are you wondering why your website is not getting traffic even though it looks amazing? Well, without good SEO, your site might be invisible to Google, and that means no rankings, no clicks, and no growth. I am Dexter from Aurora Social Cloud, a digital consulting firm based in Cameroon. So we help businesses go smarter using tools like cloud and DevOps, also SEO and social media. So I have over 4 years of experience working as a cloud engineer and as a social media professional. I'm certified by AWS and GCP and Google. So today I'm giving you a complete introduction into SEO. What is SEO, how it works, and how to start using it to grow your brand online. So guys, before we go any further, I would like you to smash that like button, subscribe so that you never miss an update, so that whenever there is a release from our channel, you will benefit from, and you always be up to date with trends that will help your business to grow, trends about SEO, social media, cloud, and DevOps. So guys, what are you going to learn today? Now, you learn what SEO is, the three pillars of SEO, why SEO is critical for your business growth, the common mistakes to avoid, the tools to help you, and how to start using SEO today. So the other thing is, who is this video for, right? So small business owner, a developer, a blogger, a student, anyone new to digital marketing, social media manager, freelancers, e-commerce store owners or entrepreneurs or startups. Furthermore, what is SEO? Now, SEO just stands for search engine optimization. And to me, I would describe SEO as just a way to improve your website, right? So the more you improve your website, the higher the ranking. The higher the ranking, the higher the visibility. The higher the visibility, the more the traffic. And more the traffic equals more sales. So let's look at it this way. If your website ranks higher, people will obviously see it more. And seeing it more means that is more traffic coming to your website, and more of this traffic most of the times would definitely lead to more sales. So it's just practically the same thing as a business operating offline. So if you are more visible, like in the middle of a town, a coffee shop in the middle of a town, people would definitely see you are visible, right? So more people will come, that's traffic, and more people would buy coffee, that's more sales. So we have something we say B-roll, right? It's just like a Google search where you type a query and you click those first results that come up. So technically, those are the people who say they are ranking higher. Those who always come high on Google search. I'll show you a screen. Let me just show you a screenshot now of our platform, right? So we've searched a couple of keywords here, and as you can see, our platform is coming, I think, yeah, second. So we say cloud and DevOps solution Cameroon. So as you can see, Aurora Social Cloud is coming second there. So that's what we are talking about, guys. That's SEO for you. Okay, so the three core things or the three core types of SEO are the on-page SEO, off-page SEO, and technical SEO. So now, what is on-page SEO? Very briefly, on-page SEO is the part of the website that the user interacts with. That's we optimize that part, and that's on page, right? Because it's there, the user can see it. So we optimize things like the keywords we use for the website, the meta titles and the description, the headings, the image alternate tags. Those of my fellow developers, they will know some of these things, most of these things I'm talking about. We will talk of internal links, URL structure, the content and the quality of the content and the readability. So you have contents that are, they have quality, they are readable, properly arranged. That's on page SEO. And now when we talk of off page SEO, this is what happens off your website. So it increases your credibility and authority. So the things that happens off your website are what? Backlinks, that's links from other trusted websites, social media shares, mentions, online reputation, and reviews. Guys, reviews, like people are reviewing your website and so on. Then you have guest posting, people at other websites are talking about your website, brand mentions, right? So that's off page SEO. Now I'm just listing these things for you to be aware. We'll go into them in a bit more detail than now. So like I will say again, that b-roll, right? We are showing backlinks from higher authority websites, like backlinks from Amazon or Facebook, those high authority websites. So we go to technical SEO. Now I talked of one of the advantage of off page SEO is it increases your credibility and authority. Why the on page SEO, right? It helps search engines and users to understand your content. Now, not only users, but users and search engine. So when you do a proper job on your own page, your users will understand your page, will understand your website better. So will search engines also, right? Now we talk of technical SEO. Technical SEO will mostly do with increasing your site speed, how fast your site takes to load, how secure is your site, and we talk of how easy it is for Google to crawl your website. So we talk of site speed, mobile responsiveness, the HTTPS and the SSL security, clean HTML and proper structure. Now we also talk of structured data schema, right? Now this is when you use like a JSON format to structure data to feed it for the search engine to crawl, right? Most people at times, when I was learning, and I am still learning, of course, we learn it all the time, every day. Most people usually don't talk about the hidden SEO areas, but it's really helpful to mention. So we have multilingual SEO. Now, this is not just building a website and using tools to translate. No, this is building a website. For example, our platform was built in English and in French. So it has some benefits because search engines can crawl the French page and they can crawl the English page. So if we are searched in English, we can easily come up. If we are searched in French, we come up too. But if you just use tools to translate the content of your page, then most of the time you will not have this added advantage. It comes alongside other advantages. Now, something I didn't make mention earlier is Google uses about 200 factors to rank your website. Now, you see, the more you make use of these factors and the more you are optimal in them, it's the more your content or your website will rank, right? So we have the content freshness, how up to date is your content. We have the crawl budget, just how many pages Google can crawl or Google will decide to index. Then we also have the local SEO now for businesses that deal with their cities or towns or neighborhood. We have internal linking strategies. This is how you connect your page, different web pages or your different pages to each other. That's SEO. in a summary, but we'll go deeper into it, right? But I needed to do this part first, so most of us who are new beginners, at least will get a grasp of what we are doing before we dive into it. So guys, before we go any further, what are we trying to do today? Now we are trying to learn about SEO. So SEO again is just making your website to show up, making your website to go high, as high as possible on search, right? So we are going to move straight away into the core of our business today. So we talk of the three pillars of SEO, and now we'll be starting with on-page SEO. Now, what is on-page SEO? We said these are the things that are there on the website. Most of the time, the user will interact with it directly. So, guys, might go a bit faster, but it's an introduction, like I said. For those of you who want a full, detailed tutorial about SEO, or even possible follow up, guys, always leave a comment down. We'll be sure to reply. We'll be sure to make sure we meet your needs. So let's get back to it. Now we say on-page SEO focuses on optimizing the content directly on our website. So it helps our users to understand our website. It helps search engines to understand our website. If I could sum the importance of one page, is that it helps search engines to understand our content and match those contents to user queries. Now, say we are researching the best running shoes. To optimize an e-commerce product page now would be to make in such a way when somebody searches best running shoes, our website should be able to go like high up there, right? That's the whole idea about the on-page SEO. Now, we have this is a keyword, of course, which I just talked on. Then we have meta titles, right? So meta titles are just the clickable headings, the ones that appear when you're searching, like the blue ones when you click, and when you come back to it, is the color is no more blue to show that you've clicked on it. So those are meta titles, and they are crucial, right? Because they are they are something we call click-through rate, CTR, and initial topic signaling. So the use case of this is crafting a compelling title, right? Like the top 10 SEO tips for beginners / yourblog.com. So that's, using that header, that heading, as you will see when searches pop up, like the screenshot I showed you earlier of our website. That heading there that appeared, Aurora Social Cloud, then there was a small note beneath it. Yeah, that's meta title in play. And we also have the headings, the H1, the H2. These headings are just used to structure our page. It's very important. It's very simple, very basic, very important, because in a hierarchical manner, right? So from the H1 to H6, and the way you use them in your page matters. So you will not use an H1 up, you come and use an H6 in the middle, you go and use another H2 down. No, it doesn't work like that. And by the way, we always use one H1 only for a page to follow a certain structure, a certain standard. Now, the importance of this title is it creates subsections, right? And these subsections help search engines to better understand our structure, our content. Now we have the image alt tags. So this image alt tag is just like when you go to a website sometimes and an image is not there, but you see a text in the place of the image. That's an alternative tag. That's how they call the alt tag. So it's just a text that is there to tell you what should have been in that place, and this also helps the user to understand better, right? So maybe it was at the place of your logo, and you're redesigning your logo. In the meantime, you just put image for our logo. So yeah, that's an example of an alternate tag. So like I said, I need to go through this a bit faster. But if you want detailed use cases, detailed examples, guys, we have tons and tons of that, but we will only make that in a separate videos, at least to create a certain ease for the introduction. We don't want to load everything there at once. Now we've talked of the HTML tags, we've talked of the HTML alternate tags for the images, right? And now we have the URL structure. So it's just the definition is just the web address of a page. So that URL is a uniform resource locator, just like www.google.com. Yeah. So the importance of the URL structure is just it creates a logical site hierarchy, right? So you have maybe say www.aurorasocialcloud.com. Then you have a slash now. Then you have blog to go to their blog, and you still have www.aurorasocialcloud.com slash our team slash. So that's the structure we are talking about here when we mean URL structure. So it just helps structure the page in a better manner. Or you are using passwords and so on, yeah, it's different. So we have what we call internal links now. Internal links, like I said, is just the way you structure your links. How are your links communicating between them? Like in your main page, you have a link that goes to the product page. In the product page, you have a link that comes back to the home page and so on. Then you have the content quality and relevance. So your contents need to have quality and it needs to be relevant. You will not put maybe say shoes or things that concern shoes on a platform where you on a restaurant platform. Yeah, so I'm using just a very funny example here, but you get the idea. So you use what you need to use where you need to use it, and only that. Yeah. So we also have mobile friendliness, like creating platforms that even on phones they are responsive, they behave well too on phone and are properly structured to be used on phone. You have readability, just to do about the same your content, your fonts. You use fonts, good fonts where you need to use them, and you have page speed, right? Now this is very important. It backs user experience because no one wants to go to a website and stay there for minutes while waiting for the website to load. Yeah, so you need to work and make the website load as fast as you can. There are a lot of factors that affect this directly or indirectly, so we'll go into it when we make the full tutorial for on page. You will give detailed examples and so on. So be sure, guys, to always check in, leave your comments for those of you who want the full tutorials. So we have the schema markup. It's just how you structure the data, right? And guys, there is a lot to go through here. I'll just pass short briefly so we don't make the introduction too lengthy. So we have social sharing buttons, like you have buttons on your website to share stuff and so on. And the importance of this is it increases your content reach and visibility. It also signals popularity. Yeah, so maybe like when you are using X or Facebook or LinkedIn to share prominent display on your blog posts and so on. We have a keyword. We talked of keywords already. We have meta titles. We've talked of meta titles, HTML tags. Yeah, structuring of the HTML tags. We've talked of that. Talked of the image alternate tag. Yeah, we've talked of the page speed, social sharing buttons, and basically that is all for on page SEO. So guys, be sure to leave a comment for those of you who want a full tutorial explaining everything to the detail with as much examples as possible to give you a really hands-on experience. So continuing our introduction into SEO, guys, we are now looking at off-page SEO. So off-page SEO, like we said before, it focuses on things outside of our website. So backlinks. So backlinks are just links from other websites to our website. Yeah, so the importance of this is that it creates authority and trustworthiness to search engines, right? We call it a vote of confidence. So if we have other websites linking to our website, like for instance, Wikipedia linking to our website, it's a vote of confidence. And if that website is a website that has Raya and it's an authoritative website, we in turn now become a authoritative too. And overall, it helps SEO, like it in a very important way. Now, when creating websites or when auditing websites for persons or as business owner, you need to really make use of these backlinks. Very, very important. For those of you who still want more information about backlinks and so on, be sure to leave a comment down, guys. So we've talked a bit about social shares in the previous, so we'll not go up to it too much. And guest posts, so they are pretty much more of the same thing, just like mentions, likes, and shares of your content, right, on social media, like writing articles for another website on your niche with a link back. So you go to your blog post, you write an article with your link coming back to your page. This is still what we are talking earlier, right? Backlinks. So we have online reviews. We've talked about online reviews, not much to go there. So these are just basically user rating you feedbacks and on rating platforms, right? So we have brand mentions and influencer outreach. So influencer outreach is collaborating with influential individuals to promote a content or brand, like what companies you see companies do. Companies will partner with some stars, for to launch a program or to, to boost their own popularity too, right? Like companies signing partnership with footballers, highly rated footballers, and so on. So the same logic applies here. Now we have forum and community engagement. So when you have forums and there is a level of engagement there, it's not directly the things on your website, right? But it affects your website in its own way. So guys, like insisting, this is really an introductory video. For those of you who want the presentation given out, you just be sure to signal and we'll make it downloadable for you. So guys, and I will stress as much as I can. This is mainly for introductory purpose only, right? To give persons an idea of everything SEO is. So we've talked of backlinks, social pardon me guys, social shares, guest posts, we've talked of online reviews, brand mentions, and so we'll go to the next, which is technical SEO. Voila. Technical SEO. So technical SEO has quite some features. We have the site speed, how fast does your website take to load, the mobile friendliness, the security, the sitemap, the structured data. So we talked of the structured data area, right? It's just data you draft in JSON format that contains some vital information about your website. So that's the structured data. Sitemap is just like a directory tree in Linux. You just outline your entire website structure on an XML format and you submit that to Google so that they can use that to easily index your pages. Then we also have security SSL certificates, and those are to improve the security of your website, technical SEO. We have the mobile friendliness. You see some websites, they are not maybe available on mobile, which is not really the best, but sometimes it's really because there's no need. And we have the site speed. So we have things we do to make our website load faster, right? And the advantages of most of these, or all of these, it increases crawlability, right? It increases user experience, because if you have a fast website, or a website that loads fast, your users will be, is friendly to the users, so your users will be comfortable using it. So that's why we say it increases the user experience. So security, we cannot underlook security. Very important, especially for e-commerce websites. You will not have an e-commerce website without an SSL certificate. It doesn't really make sense, guys. So all these are just, like I said, there are over 200 factors Google uses to rank websites. So the more you familiarize yourself with these factors and you make use of them, the better for you, because the more you use them, the better your ranking, right? So yeah, I believe we've gone through everything in this slide. But if for any reason, guys, someone didn't get something clearly or didn't hear something, you just indicate with the timestamp and we'll be sure to address the issue. We are here to bring light, we are here to introduce, we are here to illuminate, to elevate. So we'll be more than happy to clarify any doubts concerning SEO, be it in social media or cloud and DevOps. And guys, be sure to stick to the end. There is a lot you will learn. So moving on, we'll talk about hidden SEO areas. So earlier on, I talked of the multilingual SEO, right? So it's just building your page in French and in English for those of us in bilingual countries. But if you want to add other languages, it is very nice you build them too in those separate languages, not just using some translator tools, because it comes with a lot of SEO benefits, guys. A lot. Now we also talk of the local SEO, which is, it has to do with businesses in a specific area. So you need to make sure when building your site, you use the tools or use the technologies necessary to indicate that you are at that specific area, right? So I believe that is all for hidden SEO areas. So let's move on. Now, earlier on, I didn't when I was giving the overall instruction, I never outlined some of these, but we have tools we use to help SEO. It's not someone just sitting there with the brain, dancing up and down. No, we have tools that will help you to achieve your SEO goals. Now, I've classified some of them as no code SEO tools because they are really basic and like really, really basic. Yeah. So we have a Google Search Console and the Google Analytics. Now, I will go over these tools briefly. Again, guys, we will be making fully fledged tutorials on this, so be sure to stick to the channel. Now, the Google Search Console, right? The most important thing about this is that it provides the Google Search Console. You just go to your website, you type Google Search Console, the first link will come is it. So it is very important because it provides a direct communication from Google about your website's performance in search, right? Including your indexing issues, your organic search queries, So Google basically gives you all the information you would need better your website only by entering the URL of your website into the Google Search Console, right? Then we have the Google Analytics. So it just offers deep insights into your users' behavior on your website, the traffic sources where they originate from, the popular pages they visit, their engagement, right? So you learn these patterns to know what you need to improve in your website and where you need to focus your energy on. So it is very, very helpful. You don't need to be a pro to do this. You only need a website, maybe of your own or even someone's website, to learn these things, guys. It is really, really easy. Now we'll be using our platform to do most of the SEO from scratch. So guys, it is really helpful. When I was learning SEO, I really didn't have that opportunity to be learning things from scratch with a live project, with live websites. It's not just theory, it's practical, and that was what we are really aiming for, guys. So I would always say stick around to the channel. You would benefit a lot, you will learn a lot. We have a lot of content we would like to share with you, so you stick around. Now we have a Uber Suggest, right? So it just provides a friendly keyword search research, right? So content ideas, competitive analysis. So you go there, it helps you with keywords issues. And yeah, we have Answer the Public. So basically, Answer the Public is visualizing common questions, propositions, comparison, and alphabetic searches around keywords, right? So a little similar uh, to Uber Suggest. And we have this used SEO. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing right. So, pardon my grammar, guys. It's used SEO. It's a plugin for some of the WordPress developers. They will know this plugin, really, really, really useful plugin. So it's the plugin. It actually simplifies on-page SEO, right? So when you build a website on WordPress and you are using this used SEO as a plugin there in WordPress, so it help you to really optimize your on page by providing real-time content analysis and metadata control. So let's go to the next slide, which are the advanced tools. So those other tools you would see, you might see why I classify them as basic or no code tools. Now, because the advanced tools, they really dive deeper, like really deeper into the SEO. Now we have the first. Now it's like a standard for SEO professional, right? We have the Ahrefs slash SEMrush, technically different things. So they provide competitor analysis, backlink auditing, keyword search, and site performance tracking. So you use them to analyze your competitor backlinks, the profiles to find link building opportunities, right? So it helps you to look for profiles to find building opportunities or uncovering highly profitable keywords. So these websites basically they provide almost every possible thing there is for you to use for SEO. But most of them, most of them are paid, so you pay subscriptions, right? So it's the reason you pay the subscription actually because they have worked too hard. When you start using these tools, or when we will start exposing them to you, you will see how useful these tools can be, rather than sitting there with your pen trying to figure out keywords. You just use these platforms and they help you to figure out the best keywords for your website. They track your backlinks and they do a lot. So basically overall that's what they do. But let me just I've not talked about this GT metrics. So it analyzes your website for performance, GT metrics, providing detailed insights into the page speed, the loading time, the optimization recommendations. Yeah, so if you are really looking to increase the speed of your website, this should be one of the first places you go to, JT metrics. Yeah, so it also helps pinpoint specific elements like large objects, large image, sorry, or unoptimized code, right? There is a certain structure of code that might help slow down your speed or the speed of your website. But with JT metrics, you can easily handle those issues. Then we have a W3C validator. Yeah, we even have uh, we have a tutorial. I believe the next tutorial we'll do will be about this WDC validator. We'll use it to validate the live HTML from our website, so you really see how this thing works. And for those of you who are new here, I would encourage you to visit our website, because most of the things we say here, we implement them. So our website can even be a place for you to study too, right? Yeah. So we have the Google Tag Manager. Google Tag Manager just it facilitates your deployment and managing, right, or tracking of your code tags on your website without modifying the codes directly. Yeah, we'll get into this. We'll get into this for sure. So guys, that marks the end of the tools we'll be using as SEO professionals, and I just want to move on to the next thing, which is, for me, I might say it's the most important, because it's actually not you following the tutorial, but how do you go from following the tutorial to doing something. So guys, how to start today? Yeah, so you can start by auditing a website, fix the basics, create content, right, build backlinks and track progress. So basically those are points or areas from which you can start, right? Now, but let me share a bit more on these things, right? So it's not, you might not have websites you can audit really or easily, but if ever you need one, right, we are open. You can always contact us and we see how we can help you. For those of you who want to start practicing, and for some of you who already know what auditing a website is, so we would encourage you to go ahead, perform some basic auditing. Just open some of these tools we've introduced and learn about them. If you would also like us to make dedicated videos on them, just leave a comment below and we'll try our best, our possible best, to do the videos for you. Now, identifying issues, just go to those platforms. If you have a website, you just you might you don't actually need a website to do some of these things. Just go to some of these platforms, right? Like the SEMrush, not ideal, but even others. Or you go to SEMrush, take a friend's website or website URL, paste it on some of those tools. They will show you how the website are, their authority, what they are lacking, where they have strength, where they are weak. So you study them, and you start learning the whole website auditing issue, right? With When you learn them, definitely those platforms will always give you recommendations on how to fix this basic stuff, right? So basically that's how you get started. If you watch this video right up to the end, well, we are grateful you stayed up to the end, and we believe you've learned a lot and you are learning. That's why you are still here. Now, if you have a website and you would like us to audit it, you just drop a comment. And there are times where we are doing promotion, but right now it's not available, but maybe you might be lucky. So if you have your website and you want us to audit, you drop. If you have your social media platforms, you want us to develop strategies for you, contact us. If you are looking into getting into the cloud, we are here for you, right? So Check us on our various social platforms: Facebook, Twitter, X, sorry, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn at Aurora Social Cloud. Most of those information, if not all, are found on our bio. So guys, just take a look at our bio and locate us on whatever platform you want. You can contact us at contact at aurorasocialcloud.org. Send us your mail. We'll be more than happy to reply. So here are brief points, right? I would like you to take away home today. Consistency is key. Like you can see on the slide, you see SEO is strategy plus consistency. If you do it just once and come back after a very long time, then you'll be starting from zero. SEO is a strategy, consistency. SEO is not magic. SEO is not magic. So we go from strategy. SEO is fundamentally a strategic approach. Consistency, right? And crucially, it demands consistency. Now, ongoing effort, right? Not a set it and forget it task. You don't set it and forget it. Consistently driving relevant visitors to your website. These are some of the key things that SEO brings to the table. Now, this leads to real business growth and online presence, because the more users come to you, they will definitely not know you only online, they will know you offline, and they in turn would most of the times recommend you based on how satisfied they were with your product or service. So guys, start today, implement what you've learned, right? And watch your site thrive, watch your website go higher. If you need any help, we are here for you. So guys, it was Dexter from Aurora Social Cloud. It has been my pleasure to do this tutorial. See you in the next one. Shalom.